Anybody ever watch Star Trek? The old Star Trek? Remember Mr. Spock? No emotions, just total logic. That's the rational mind. An example of that. Say a mother has 2 children at home. She's unemployed, about to get kicked out of her house. She steals a loaf of bread to feed her children. Mr. Spock, the rational mind, would say, well, she broke the law, the law's a law, she needs to be punished. Where wise mind might say, well, yeah, she broke the law, but, in her situation, she's trying to take care of her children. Let's have a little compassion. Now, emotional mind, on the other end, you watch TV, where they're trying to scare you to death about one thing or the other every other day, it seems like. That's functioning totally in emotional mind, no rational thought involved. Say somebody cuts you off in traffic, emotional mind might say, I'd like to run them off the road, or something like that. That's just letting your emotions run totally wild. Wise mind is a balance of the emotional side and the rational side. Either extreme tends to put you in consequences that you may or may not want to experience.
Can I make a comment
Sure.
about this? Would this kind of also be living in a mean way? In that concept of living in the middle, not too much here, not too much there, but the Taoist and Buddhist mean way.
Yeah, exactly.
In the mean way.
Yeah, the mean way, the middle way.
Middle way.
The immediate, yeah. This is my milk dud story. I love milk duds. You ever been, sit at the computer eating a box of milk duds, and I'm doing something, spreadsheet or whatever, writing, and then I'll eat the last milk dud, and I'll reach into the box, and there's no more milk duds. And I go, oh man, if I'd have known that was the last one, I would have paid more attention, I would have enjoyed it more. Okay. The thing there is, that milk dud wasn't any different than any of the rest of them I ate. The only thing that's different is the fact that I'm focusing my attention on it more, because it's the last one, I better enjoy this one. What if all the milk duds were the last one? Your mind generates a stream of thoughts all the time. Some of them are negative and some of them are positive. Sometimes the negative thoughts flow to the top, sometimes the positive thoughts flow to the top. The thing is, if you engage that internal observer, that true self, then you can choose whether to swim in the river or to get out of the river and sit on the bank and just watch it flow by. Because your mind is having a negative thought stream, it doesn't mean you have to swim in it. You're the one that's in control. When you think about a lot of times, I'm not going to get too much on my political soapbox here, but a lot of times the idea of nature and ecotherapy gets associated with a certain political ideology. But everybody enjoys nature. Dick Cheney was out hunting when he did what he did.
The misfire?
But Dick Cheney wasn't hunting because he couldn't afford food. He was hunting because he liked being out in nature. So everybody, to some extent, likes being out in nature. It's not political facilitating mental health. This Kuo and Taylor study I put in there, I just wanted to mention this to give you an example. What they did, they took 2 groups of kids with ADHD, and they randomly assigned them to an experimental group and a control group. The control group they put into a classroom and did the ADHD treatment there. The experimental group, the only difference between the treatment that the experimental group and the control group got was that the experimental group met outdoors in a playground or a park or something. The other one met inside in the classroom. The outdoor group had almost twice as high a success rate, and that was the only thing that was different, was the location. If you can live a mindful life, and by that I don't mean just doing 10 minutes of mindfulness 2 times a day, I mean taking on the whole worldview, the whole paradigm of mindfulness within your daily life, then you won't have any mental health issues or stress or anxiety. I mean, not saying that you won't ever have it, but when it does come, you'll be infinitely better prepared to deal with it. So that's one of the benefits of it. And if you think about acceptance versus change, everything you face in life, if you can realize what you can change, what you have to accept. And sometimes acceptance is a bitter pill to swallow, but if you can change yourself enough to be able to accept those things, then you reduce your stress, you reduce your anxiety, you have a better life.